Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today?
Hi Elena, can you show me today's forecast?
Here is your result for today's forecast.
Do you want high-quality advanced interactive prototype like this? In order to achieve something like that, you had to use ProtoPie. ProtoPie is the easiest tool used to turn your UI/UX design ideas into highly interactive prototype for mobile, desktop, web, all the way to Internet of Things on macOS and Windows. ProtoPie is the best tool for rapid high-fidelity prototyping. The possibilities are endless. With ProtoPie, you can explore any interactions from micro-interactions to complex multi-screen animations. In this video, I'm going to introduce this amazing tool and will definitely try something cool in ProtoPie. Alright, here is the voice assistant app which I have already designed. I will put the link in the description of the source file so you can start practicing with me. Now, we need to export this design to ProtoPie app. For that, we need to install a plugin called ProtoPie. This app will help us to export this design to ProtoPie. Here you can see when I select the screen, it's showing the export button to me, but I want to export all these 3 screens and now hit that export button. Alright, there it is. Here are those 3 scenes and you can see the preview of your prototype here on the right side. So this was from Figma to ProtoPie. What if you're an Adobe XD user? Exactly the same process here too. First, you had to install ProtoPie plugin. Just go to plugins and browse for the ProtoPie plugin. So I will click on the plugin and will select all these screens. You can see the previews of the selected screens. Hit that export button and we have imported those screens from Adobe XD successfully. Okay, we are working in these 3 screens in this video, so I will delete those others. Before starting something, let me adjust this and fit to the screen. Also, the preview just like that. So the reason is why it is off the screen, it's because this is based on iPhone 12 Pro, but by default they have iPhone 11 Pro. So from here you can change the device type. If we select iPhone 12 Pro and hit OK, then the content is fit to the screen. We can select from a wide range of devices like iOS, Android and desktop, as well as we can set custom sizes. I would like to go for the custom size with the width of 390 and height is 844 pixel. We'll check the status bar to none. I have created a custom size. The reason is I will check this prototype in my phone at the end of the video. And this size will fit my phone exactly. Okay, so let's take a look at the interface of this app. On the left side, this panel is for the scenes and here is the layer panel. It is just like Figma or Adobe XD layer panel. On the top left side, here you can import a source file of Figma and Adobe XD from here. It is not showing me the sketch option because I'm using Windows. You can add images, videos, audios and logos to your project. Here are some basic shapes. And here is the text tool and the input. So the input text is used in mostly login and sign up pages. And we can mock this like real app. We will definitely try this in the future. In the container, we have a scroll container and paging container. It is used to scroll content inside the page. On this top right side, you can find the preview, which is open in another tab on the right. If you click on the device icon, here you can connect your actual phone by scanning this QR code. I will run this prototype on my phone at the end of this video. We can run the prototype and can save to the cloud from here. Here you can see on the right side a style panel. It is just like other UI/UX design tools panels and easy to use. And then right here you can see a trigger. There are lots of triggers like tapping, touching, putting, pinching. You can set conditions, some mouse interactions, input interactions, sensor interactions. We will use some of them in this video. Now it's time to start prototyping. First, we will add some basic interactions like to tap a button and jump to the other screen. And then we will add some advanced things like speak and listen responses, and we will add some sound effects. Okay, so first I want her to change the positions and the opacity of these elements, right? When the screen loads, these elements will back to their original position. For that, I will add 50 pixel to y-axis. And the opacity should be 0, but I will keep about 10% for now to be able to see the content inside. Similarly, we will do for the bottom navigation also. So I will add 120 pixel to y-axis to make it outside from the screen, and the opacity should be 0. Now we will set a condition here, start. It means when the screen starts or screen loads. So what will happen next? We will add an action, and that is move. In the move action, we will add this layer, content 1. Here we have two options for x-axis and y-axis. So in the y-axis, we will subtract those 50 pixels that we added in the default state before. So you can see it came back to its original position. Now, the reason why it's not fully visible is because of the low opacity. So we will add an action for opacity and we'll make it 100%. But animating too quickly will definitely increase the duration. Similarly for the move. So we will repeat the same thing for the bottom navigation. We'll add the action move. We'll subtract 120 pixel on the y-axis, and we will add an action for opacity. The opacity should be 100%. Again, it is too fast, so we'll increase the duration for both the opacity and move. And here I want a little delay for the bottom navigation. Just select the opacity and move action by holding Shift key and slide to the right a little. Looking good. Now we will jump to the second screen. When we tap on this mic button, it will help us to jump to the second screen. For that, we will add a new trigger of tap. We'll select the button layer. In the tap, we will add an action for jump. Here we need to select the scene, which is screen 2. And here are the transitions. You can select any one of them, but I will go for the instant. So if we click on this button, it will jump to the second screen. Now we will do the same thing for the second screen that we did in the first screen. For the content 2, we will add 50 pixel in y-axis, and the opacity should be 0%. But we'll leave 10% here to see the content. We will change it to 0% at the end of this video. Similarly, for the bottom navigation, we'll add 120 pixel in y-axis, and the opacity should be 0. Now we will add a condition which is start. It means when the page loads, the elements should move up. So now we will add action move. We'll select the layer here, which is content 2. In the y-axis, we'll subtract those 50 pixel that we added on the default state, and need to increase the duration to 0.5. To make it visible, we will add an action of opacity and we'll make it 100%. Also, the duration should be 0.5. Similarly, we will do for the bottom navigation, we will add move action in which we will subtract those 120 pixel that we added on default state. We will add an action of opacity and that should be 100%. And obviously need to increase the duration for both. And a bit of delay is also needed here. If we check back from the screen 1 and run, yes, it's working fine. So this is the listening page, right? I want to give an effect to this robot, like the user to feel that the robot is listening to them and blinking his eyes. So I will select the left eye first, and we'll add an action, and that is scale. I will give it here the values in both width and height of its original size. The duration should be 0.1. And I'm going to unlock another great option here, and that is repeat. It means that it will scale this object many times. By default, it's 10 times its count, and we can make it infinite times by checking this box. I will add another scale action here. This time, the height of the eye should be 2 pixels, and the duration should be 0.1. Again, repeat and infinite repeat. But here you can see that the eye is not in the middle. We need to make it in the center. So select the eye outside from the timeline again. From the origin, we'll make it center. Go back to the actions. So we have added 2 scales actions. These will actually scale to each other. Once we add a delay in one of them, it will start blinking infinite times. Here you can see the eye is blinking too fast. So for that we will add some interval time, maybe 2 seconds is fine. Looking good. Instead of easing out cubic, we will use linear for the eye's transitions. So for the second eye, we don't need to repeat the whole process again. We will just select these 2 scales actions and we'll copy by pressing Ctrl C and paste it by pressing Ctrl V. Now we will just change the layer to the right eye layer. So again, this is also scaling upward, so we need to change the origin to center. Now this is looking great. Alright, now I want to animate these white dots pattern inside this button. For that we will add rotate and scale actions again. So I'm going to find out this pattern inside the button in the layer panel. I think I have to increase the opacity for now to see things inside. So that union is actually the pattern, so I will select and will add scale action. So again, in the first scale, the size should be the original. The duration should be 0.8. This should also scale infinite times. The interval should be 0.6. Similarly, we'll add another scale. This time, the width and height should be 8 pixels. I will also increase the duration here. We'll make this also repeat infinite times. The interval should be 0.6. Okay, this is animating on the right side, so we will make it center aligned. I think this one also needs to be delayed a little. So you may have noticed a small beat there. Okay, so I want to add another action here, and that is rotate. I will select the layer of pattern instead of union. The pattern is actually the whole rounded object which I want to rotate. The rotation should be 360 degrees. The duration will be 5 seconds. Also, I want to make it repeat, infinite repeat. Now, again, this object is not moving from its center, so we need to make the origin to center. Looking great. Alright, let's back to the first screen. Here I want to add a speak response. Actually, speak response is used for this to read any content that we present here. So we will make editable this text and will copy it by pressing Ctrl C. Then we need to add the speak response. Here in the content, we will just paste that line by pressing Ctrl V. We can choose two kinds of voices, male and female. We can change languages from here too. If we run it again, so when the screen loads, this will read the content that we enter there.
Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today?
Now I want to give the animation to this robot. This will give us a feeling like this robot is talking to us. So I will add scale action. Let's add the layer of that shape. And here should be the original size of the object.
What can I do for you today? Hi, I am Elena. What can I do
The duration
for you today?
should be 0.1.
Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today?
I will turn off the speak response for now. Then we will add another scale action. This time the width and height should be 28 pixels. Duration 0.1, and we'll give the delay a little. Also to this one to manage timing well. For continuing scaling, we will check the repeat option and we'll make it infinite for both. It is again not in the center, we'll make it center from the origin. If we turn on again the speak response.
Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today?
But it's continuing its blinking, we need to make it stop. Once she stop her talk. For that we will uncheck the infinite option and we'll give it custom counts. Like 15 should be fine for both.
Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today? Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today?
Now it's looking perfect. Now we are done here. Let's jump to the second screen and I'm going to show you here how this app listened to me. For that we will add a listen response. The continuous setting actually means that the app will keep listening to me even if there is a long pause in my speech. But my question will be short, so I will keep this setting unchecked. I will keep the language as it is. Next, I want this app to give me different answer based on my command. Look carefully. For that, I will add a trigger of voice command. So the app will recognize my voice input. Here we have two options, while speaking and after speaking. I will select while speaking. I don't want to include or exclude phrases, so I will uncheck the command. Here we will add an action of text. For the text, we will select the layer, but first we will make this text editable. Then I will add the layer of this text. First, I will change the font and size. Here is the important thing. In the content, we will select formula instead text. And we'll search for $voice transcript. This formula will save everything that this app hears. Now everything is done. If I say something like, "Hi Elena, can you show me today's forecast?" Great, we did exactly the same thing that we wanted. I will turn off this for now. Now it's time to jump to the third screen, which will show us the forecast. We'll add a trigger of jump here. This should also be instant and we'll select screen 3. This time I want to set some time for jumping to the third screen instead of tapping something, so I will add some delay time to this jump. About 7 seconds should be fine. If we check this after 7 seconds, it will jump to the third screen. Okay, now we need to add those basic transition in the third screen that we did in others. First, I will change the position of this content 3 in the default state. We'll add 50 pixel in y-axis. And we'll reduce the opacity to 10%. Similarly, we will change the position and opacity for the bottom navigation. Then we will add a trigger when the screen starts. This element, which is content 3, will move upward to its original position. And we'll add another action of opacity to make it fully visible. And we'll increase the duration to 0.5 seconds of both. Similarly, we'll add for the bottom navigation both the move and opacity actions. Perfect. Here I want to add again the speak response to read this line. I will make this line editable and then I will copy this line and paste it here. Awesome. Let's check this again.
Here is your result for today's forecast. Here is your result for today's forecast. Hi. Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today?
Okay, so I want to remove this text in the second screen because when we speak, we don't need any text here to appear already.
Here is your result for today.
The final thing that I want to add here is the sound effect on each screen load.
Hi, I am Elena.
The sound that
What can I do for
downloaded
you
from a
today?
website. I will put the link in the description so you will be able to download that sound too. This is the sound. So just drag it to the ProtoPie app and drop it anywhere on the canvas. Then we will add an action called playback.
Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today? Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today?
So you can hear the sound effect when the screen starts. Similarly, we will add to the second screen and we'll add playback action. We will add to the third screen also.
Here is your result for today's forecast.
We'll add playback. If we run this prototype again.
Hi. Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today? Here is your result for today's forecast.
Alright, now we will make these content fully invisible for perfect transition fade-ins.
Here is your result for. Here is your result. Here is your result. Hi, I am Elena. Hi, I am Elena. What can I do? Here is your result for today's forecast.
Now it's time to show you how we can run this prototype in a real device. So let's jump to the camera. Okay, so you have to install this ProtoPie player from the App Store or Play Store. The easiest way to scan the QR code from the desktop directly. This will run your prototype directly in your phone.
Hi, I am Elena. What can I do for you today?
Can you show me today's forecast?
Here is your result for today's forecast.
Okay, great. So personally, I really enjoyed this amazing tool. What do you guys say about this? Let me know in the comment section, and check out the description to find a special discount code that will give you a 30% discount on ProtoPie Pro plans to get unlimited prototypes, interaction recordings, cross-device prototyping, and much more. So go to ProtoPie if you want to try it out. Thanks for watching. Stick around.